Good evening. Can everyone hear me fine back there? Good. I'm glad to see those hands go up. My name is Wally Leimgruber, a lifelong resident of Imperial County. Lived in the Hopeville area my entire life. I was born in Calexico. I went to a rural school. Started very early in my life driving on the tractors on the family farm. From that experience, I continued to learn a work ethic, continued to look at how economies were worked for, how they were earned, how did you be a responsible steward of that money that you earned from your hard work. And in 1971, I had graduated from high school of Hopeville High, went off to Imperial Valley College, and during my freshman year, there was a local rancher that wanted to sell his property, and I went over there and knocked on his door, and I said, I understand that this farm is for sale. And the man looked at me and he said, well, what do you bid for it? And I got thinking, oh no. I kind of calculated up real quick and I said, sir, I'd be willing to pay you this much for your ranch. The guy says, good, I'll take it. I learned early on then that if I didn't take care of business, I'd have no business to take care of. And so soon afterwards, I met this really nice looking girl from Brawley, and my wife's here this evening, and we just celebrated our 40th year wedding anniversary. And I am a very blessed man. From all those years of farming, I began to notice how government regulations impacted, local business. It's truly no different then as it is now. I think there's some overreaching regulations that are impacting our local businesses here. Imperial County just suffered some devastating losses here recently. Now, every person up here has brought qualifications and experience, and how much more so does 12 years serving on the County Board of Supervisor, chairman in the year of 2000, 2005, and 2009, chairman on many other state and national committees. Imperial County has one of the largest geographical areas of landmass in the state of California. The 5th District, mind you, is the largest geographical area of Imperial County. The County Board of Supes in 2011 just did a redistricting of our area. They have to keep an equal amount of population. And in discovering, as we go door to door, listening to the constituents and their concerns, we discovered that there was 115 voters that were still in the District 1 registration. This is the first time District 5 is going to have an election. Supervisor Kelly was in the back.
Thank you.
And thank you for your time.
Mr. McFadden, 3 minutes.
First of all, thank you for allowing me the opportunity to sit in front of you and express my reasons why I wanted to be a part of this process. The reason why I'm running for County Board of Supervisor, District 5. My name is Kevin McFadden. I was born and raised here in Imperial County, and I started my work in the community as a teenager. I started walking door to door in elections, starting with Abe Seabolt here years ago in Brawley. And I've learned a lot over that process. Through the time I've learned, what a person should stand for as an elected official, what a person should do as an elected official. A person should represent the people that elect them to the office and represent their issues. Born and raised here in Imperial County, went on to graduate from Central Union High School. After leaving Central Union High School, went on to Imperial Valley College and ultimately graduated with a political science degree from University of California at San Diego. Got my master's degree in counseling and a master's degree in public education administration. Through all those different things, how does that relate to being a board of supervisor? Part of the process is learning to work with people. When you work with kids, you learn a lot on how to deal with people. And that process brings a lot of qualities that will work for me as your board of supervisor. One of the things that I think that we need to do more of is hear from the people and bring the people's issues to the county board of supervisors. I promise that if you give me the opportunity to be here, I guarantee that nobody will work harder than me to make sure that the people's concerns are brought before the board. Along with that, in that note, I would also like to say that I want to look at the 3 top priorities for me in Imperial County are, 1, making sure that we break down the silos of special interests as far as making sure that we're all on the same interests, and that's the governance and the ultimate leverage of our resources to gain more businesses into Imperial County, and not be adversaries, but work as one group and as one of the candidates before me as one family. Thank you very much, and I hope for your vote on June 3rd. Kevin McFadden.
Thank you. Mr. Castillo.
Yes. I want to thank Hidalgo Society for putting this forum on together. And it's always good to have dialogue, and especially to hear from your potential candidates. And I always say, you know, there are some candidates that are running unopposed, but I think it's unfair to the community sometimes. You need opposition, and it just makes the process that much better. But anyway, talking about my experience, and you know, a county board of supervisor, and I've been there, going on my 4th year now. You have to be a jack of all trades, master of none, so to speak, because we have so many departments that we deal with. You have the probation department, the courts, the prosecutor's office, the district attorney's office, public defenders, and all the court workers, all the staff that work in the courts, your social services department, your health department, environmental health, ag inspectors, public works, parks, roads, I mean, in-home services, workforce development, LAFCO, just area agency on aging, just a multitude of departments. And you have to know a little bit about every one of them. So that's where the jack of all trades deal comes into play. You know, my beginning involvement in the community has been extensive over the years. I've been a past president of Fraternal Order of Eagles, past president of the American Cancer Society, past president of the Mexican-American Political Association, also a Centinela State Prison Correctional Workers Association, not to mention involvement with service clubs like Kiwanis Clubs and the Lions Clubs, March of Dimes, so extensive, and that's before I got into the political side. Later I served on the El Centro Planning Commission for 5 years. I was chairman of the Planning Commission back in 1998. And that started my political process. A friend of mine that was on the council, El Centro City Council, said, "Ray, maybe it's time for you to get on the city council and not get into real politics." And so I did. I ran for the El Centro City Council in 2001, got elected, became mayor in 2004. During that time of the planning commissioner, city council, I saw a lot of projects come before us and that are now have been developed. Buena Vista Estates, which is a D.R. Horton Homes, KB Homes. Then you have Countryside Estates, which is a Pulte Homes. And then as well as the development to the north of El Centro, which is the Lowe's and the Target Center, and then the El Centro Motors and Applebee's, Food for Less, and then eventually the Super Walmart that we have behind the old Walmart. Not to mention that in 2004 I broke ground on the El Centro Valley Mall, and of course it was built in 2005. So I've been involved in quite a bit of the planning process for the communities of El Centro, and now it's only a natural that I come on the Board of Supervisors. Plus all my community experience and involvement, you know, it was just a natural thing to do. You never quit learning.
Thank you,
but
Mr. Castillo.
there's a lot of things to do, and I just want to thank you for inviting me here today.